Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. I am also doing great. Today's topic is going to be along with my breakfast. I'll try to focus more on talking to you guys, but it's a very important topic, and I want to encourage you guys to leave your homes. Leave your home right away because if you're thinking that getting your freedom, getting your individuality back to yourself is an easy task and you can achieve it by living at your parents' house, not possible. Especially in the Asian households, Indian households. Families are made in a form that they stick together no matter the age. Asian people make fun of Western people that they have to take appointments to meet their own parents, that their families are broken, etc. And but I would say that more than the Western families, Indian families are more broken. They're more toxic. There is no privacy, there is no individual identity. Everything is done keep in mind the involvement of the entire family. If you are someone who likes the idea of living with your own family and really appreciate the entire social structure, don't want to take any step for their personal growth. I'm not talking about financial, career, or social growth. I'm talking about personal growth, because personal growth is the last thing that comes up in an Indian mindset. Personal freedom, individual identity is not a thing in Indian households. All of this comes from history. Whatever we do right now has a reason. Everybody living in a single home, many, I mean, most of the Indian population is poor, below poverty line, and huge family structures live in one single room. And so for years and years the only way of s- um, sages and people who wanted to search their own paths had to leave their homes, because living with your family, your parents, your siblings is not going to allow you that mental or time space. I realized this when I was so traumatized at my own home, with living with my family, not because of their actions, but it was a time when I was not uh, occupied in anything. I was not doing any sort of work, not earning at all, just sitting with myself in my mind. And when you sit with yourself, with your own mind, with your own consciousness, you raise questions, and it is inevitable that you will not come up with questions. The problem with Indian mindset is that they want to keep busy. They just want to keep busy because the moment they will stop being busy, they'll hit a state of consciousness that will ask questions, that whatever has been happening around them was a form of stupidity and not order. So many of you, may find my choice of words very outspoken and angry, but I don't care. It is my way of talking. My way of speaking is angry because I've seen things so closely. I've experienced so many things very closely. I have experienced, I have felt it, and so it all of it comes from within, from my brain, from my heart, from my experiences, from my life. I don't speak anything after reading from a book or getting inspired by another human being. My focus is on experiencing things myself and then have an idea about it. Oh, and that was the time when I realized that my ideas were getting so different from the idea of society. And when you think against society, you're automatically thinking against your family, not as an enemy, but their ideas, their lifestyle, their way of thinking, their expectations. And so you see through them and you see clearly that it's a scam. And then you're not no longer able to live in that space freely. So this video is only an encouragement for them who want to think freely, who even want to think. Because people who are always busy, the problem is that people find ways of being busy. I was talking to one of my very old acquaintances, very old, about a decade ago from now. They told me that they're so busy and that they love being busy. They have been finding ways of being so busy. And yes, that is what society has taught us, specifically Asian households and India on the top. Recently, being busy is equivalent to being successful. And so an Indian mindset is badly captured, surrounded by these two things: being busy and always being surrounded by the family. So, no personal physical space, no personal emotional or mental space, no individual identity. The entire being is dependent on other people, and the identity belongs to just keeping yourself busy. Because when you sit freely and you are not busy, questions arise. The way they all arose in my mind. And so I say you should leave your family if you are looking forward to know yourself, to be able to feel happy even when you are alone, even when you are not so busy. Being surrounded by people and being always busy takes you in a state where you don't feel anything, you're just numb, you're just working like a robot, programmed already. Every task is planned. But when you sit alone, you're not surrounded by people, you have free time, you sit with your own mind, and then the nature erupts. Then you have new experiences. The regular busy people lifestyle is like, even if you have new experiences, you are surrounded by people and you are always busy, and your subconscious takes over. It has made you, it has, you know, turned you into a human being that is not able to experience anything new. So when busy people go to travel somewhere, they find it a waste of time and waste of money. And they say, it would have been better if I was at home. What is so different here? Just getting bored. And I do not understand the idea of getting bored. How can somebody get bored? Because your subconscious has fed you with the idea that the only thing possible in the world is being surrounded by people and being busy. So getting bored is no option. I love sitting alone and I do not get bored. How can somebody get bored looking around them and just being with themselves? It says a lot about you, your personality. Because you are boring. Your entire personality is of no value to yourself only. You find value being surrounded by people. You find value in other people. You find enjoyment, entertainment in other people. You find enjoyment being busy. Not enjoyment, it just keeps you sane, because the moment you get lonely, you'll get insane. Jimmy, nahi beta. Jimmy. Shh. Good girl. Come here, come here. Here. ये लो. How many of you have the luxury of time the way I have? And how did I get so much freedom, so much time? Now that since I've gotten away from my family and stopped being so busy, so occupied all the time, I have realized that there is so much time. There is so much time. Everything in the world, in this universe, is abundant. So, how can we feel that there is no time? Because you don't have time. Time is there, time exists. You don't have time because you have kept yourself so occupied with relationships and occupations. Hustle so much, be so busy, struggle. Everything is being so glorified. The stupidity is being glorified. What can we expect? How can we find peace of mind and happiness? It's not possible. Because peace of mind comes from your mind. That is why we call it peace of mind, not others' mind, your own mind. And your mind is not peaceful. Your mind is always occupied, surrounded by people, activities, actions, tasks, and you feel guilty when you are sitting idle or free, not doing anything. You think that you are a waste of time. You're wasting time, and that makes you feel guilty. Ever seen any animal apart from human being, the stupid human being? Have you seen any other animal being so anxious about being free? And now many of you might ask, why are you comparing human beings with animal? Do you think that human beings are more important or more superior? If you do so, if you think that human beings are more superior to animals, shut this video down right now, right away. If you can't feel equal with everyone and everything in the universe, this channel is not for you. I'm really sorry. I do not want an audience that feels superior or inferior to anyone or anything. We just exist as human beings, just another form of life, just like dogs, just like cats, just like plants, etc. We have the same amount of value that other living beings have. Nature doesn't respect us more. It gives all the resources to everyone equivalently. Only human beings have assumed in their own minds that they are superior, and it doesn't matter. Who cares? I can think I am God. I can think I have made the universe. I can think that I rule everyone. My thinking doesn't change the nature. My thinking doesn't change these mountains, these water streams. And I cannot contribute anything for the betterment of the environment. What all humans can do is take away. It's not in our capacity to do something for the nature. Nature has already been so beautiful, so fulfilling, and complete in itself. We have just taken away so many things. We have just made it worse. And when people say we should contribute to the betterment of the environment, it is such a stupid thing. to say. We just need to stop harming the nature. We just need to stop harming the nature. And nature is not our slave to do a favor. Nature doesn't want to be busy. No animal wants to be busy. It's just the human beings that wants to be busy and keep occupied all the time. And this anxiety is the only reason that you are not able to find your own individual path. You're just influenced by the society. You do not have your own personal ideas. You do not have your own personal experience. And even if you get experiences from life, you do not use them. You do not think about them because you are so busy then thinking about anything and uh, giving them a conscious thought needs time, need a free time, need boring time. And you can't afford boredom. Like you are the creator of the universe, that you are so busy keeping the nature in its place, the existence of humanity and the entire living community in balance. You're so busy. You're just a grain of sand, and that you and even then you think that you are so important, so valuable. You are not. Nobody is. People who have just the right amount of resources to survive and live happily, and people with the biggest and the most expensive cars, the biggest houses, tons of net worth, both hold equal value to the nature. Both die, both live, both breathe, both drink water, both eat food, both grow, and both do not grow at all mentally. Dogs are more compassionate than us. Dogs, not only dogs, I'm just saying dog because there's a little baby. Hello, Jimmy. How are you? Hello. Hello. Come here. Hello, Jimmy. It's a very cute little female dog here. But every form of life is smarter than us. They're living a free, willful life, not bounding themselves for responsibilities, for relationships. It's just you, human beings. You can't experience happiness in its true form unless you start cherishing solitude, your own company, boredom. You're just keeping yourself distracted, surrounded by family, responsibilities, society, religion, politics, careers. You're just keeping yourself occupied so that the boredom doesn't haunt you. It haunts you. Many people can't sit idle, they get anxious. Families are not everything. So leave your homes right now if possible. And if not possible, make it possible. Stop uh, playing the victim all the time. I do not have the resources. The time is not right. Fuck you. The time is right now. And you have enough resources. If you've been keeping so busy all the time in your career, your occupation, your jobs, etc., you do not have enough resources with you. What are you telling me? You think people would believe that? That is a different thing, that you want so much to find peace. But that is not the right way. If you want to do that, if you want to leave homes or want to find solitude, sit with yourself, only when you have so much resources available with you, then it is not for you. The approach is different. People talk, I will be happy when I have this. Oh, okay. You'll never be happy. You'll want another thing the next time. What happens after buying an iPhone or a new technology, etc.? Do you get satisfied and content within yourself forever? You don't. Because you have fed yourself with the idea of scarcity. You can't ever be happy. And you know who can be happy? Myself. Me. With nothing. Sitting idle, having breakfast, taking 30 minutes to talk about a topic that could be finished within 3 to 4 minutes. I have the luxury of time. You do not have it. And this luxury only comes with leaving the society, leaving your family, leaving your home. It can't come when you are still living with your family. It can't. Because then you will be distracted with responsibilities, acting, trying to make people happy, being the people pleaser. Because the society would encourage you to be so, to be like a certain human being, and that is the only time that you will be appreciated, because you will be measuring your own worth on the parameter of the society. And so if you live in the society, you can't be with yourself. That is the reason monks and sages have been leaving their homes, because that is the only way. I'm not asking you to take your clothes off and go to a cold mountain, do not eat anything. The only thing required is that you just go away from your people that call yourself yours, that you call them yours. For example, only wild animals are not content, that live in deep forests. Even pets who are not being controlled, pets who are being used so much for labor, for meat, for dairy, are just like you. because they are occupied. Pets who live in homes and are in open spaces, just like this little baby dog, is enjoying her time, not bounded by your idea of society. So you do not have to go to the forests, but you have to go away from your family, from your home, and make a new home for yourself. Not buying a home. Your needs will then be limited to the only true needs that exists in the nature. Leave your home, or else you'll never be happy. Share your opinions in the comment section. See you again. Bye.